thank you for stopping by. I'm Ariana Uriah, and today I'm going to show you guys how I got these goddess faux locks. I really like them. I like the curls at the ends and the curls that are like intertwined in the locks. I just loved the finished results, so I was like, hey, why not do a cute little tutorial? I've done this hairstyle completely, I want to say about almost a week or so ago. So I took out two to demonstrate to you guys how I do them. First, I would moisturize because we're going to be raveling them in hair. And after we do that, it's going to be harder to moisturize them during the duration of wearing the style. So I go ahead and moisturize it as much as I possibly can. So as you see, I am using Cantu cream, and I'm also going to follow up with shea butter. I love shea butter. It holds in moisture really good. And after that, we're on to the next step. Now I am taking a more wavy textured hair to create the braid or the foundation of the lock. I like the curl to be loose because that's the hair that you see coming out of the locks and that is staying on the bottom of the lock. So I'm gonna go ahead and how would I describe what I'm doing? I'm basically making sure that the ends aren't even and making it more hair-like. And so I'm kind of like stretching out the hair, and then I'm going to start the braid. So I'd create 3 parts and I'll start to braid them in. And I'm going to show you where things kind of pivot. So what we're going to do when we braid is pause and take out a small piece of the wavy hair and clip it back and then continue to braid. In the front, I wanted it to be a little bit more curlier, so I'm going to take 2, and you can do it according to your preference. You can have 1 strand of curlies, 2 strand of curlies, 3 strand of curlies coming out of your lock, but I kind of stuck to like 1 or 2 each lock or each braid. So in the front, I'm going to pause and create another strand of hair again. Okay, so here's how I finish it off. I leave about 2 to 3 inches undone on the bottom, and then I take a smaller piece of hair and create a knot around the braid about 2 to 3 times. I realized that the smaller the piece of hair is, the more secure that it is. So I pull it as tight as I can, about 2 to 3 times, and we're good to go on that. After I finished the braid, I realized that I probably went a little overboard with the curlies. Around the rest of my head, I did them a little bit thinner because I like that look a little better, but it actually came out good. So that's that. And the next step is we're going to take a hair that has a tighter curl. I also use this kind of hair for Senegalese twist, or passion twist I mean. And so yeah, now we're going to take a crochet needle and we're going to pull it through the braid. I also forgot to mention that when you do your braid, please make sure that it's a little loose, because if it is too tight, you will not be able to pull that crochet needle through, and yeah, it just won't be good to like hear your hair breaking as you're like trying to rip the hair through because it doesn't fit. So make sure it's a little loose. And then as you see here, I kind of tied it at a knot at the roots. Also, you can separate the hair a little bit to make it look more unorganized if you like a more unorganized look, but if you like a more unified look, you can keep it in its natural state and just open it a little bit or rough it up a little bit and twist it around the braid. But I like when it doesn't look unified and when it kind of looks unique on each lock. So yeah, after that, I'm just going to ravel the hair around the braid, making sure that the braid isn't peeking through the lock. I'm also using my finger to kind of like push upward and create like a messy look. Again, if you don't like that look, you probably won't do that, but yeah, I also use my finger to make it look a little rougher, I guess. And also make sure that your curlies are tucked away. So as you see, I have my curly pinned back on the top of my head, so I won't wrap it in the lock. I've made that mistake before where I would wrap my curly in the lock and I didn't notice until I was completely done, and I was like, ugh. But yeah, make sure you keep an eye on that. For the final step, we are going to take super glue and seal it shut. Make sure that you blow on the lock first before you let it go. If you just throw it back and it's still wet, it's going to stick to your other locks or stick to your skin, and that's no bueno. So just make sure that it's dry and you're all done. This is a long hairstyle to do because you're basically doing two hairstyles. You're braiding your hair and then you're gonna go over each braid and lock it. So yeah, for the girls who have back problems, this might be a little challenging, but yeah, I'm gonna repeat this process all over again and stop talking and let you guys see for yourself so you guys can get the steps down pat. Alrighty guys, that is it and we are all done. I also want to give you guys a reminder to make sure that your goddess lock is at least 2 to 3 inches longer than your natural hair. I decided to use super glue last minute. I tried everything else and it didn't work, and a part of me was like, did I braid the weave long enough, because I don't want to super glue my hair. But yeah, a little reminder on that. But here are the results. I'm turning around for you guys to show you how they turned out, and I really like them. If you made it this far in the video, thank you lots, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate you hanging out with me today.